and welcome to another episode of In the Box Seat. Mitch is away again, so you're stuck with me, but I am blessed to be joined by Allan Chau here with us today for our Summer Carnival coverage, and obviously heading into the Silks Under the Star race evening tomorrow night here at the Gold Coast Turf Club. Thanks for joining me, Al.
No, thank you for having me.
So let's start off. Fearless Win obviously created plenty of interest heading into Friday night. Tell us how she came into your stable. What first made you think something's a little special here with this filly?
Yeah, like obviously this year, January, the Magic Million sales, I was there with clients looking at a few horses for Hong Kong. She just come across that one of the batches I was looking at. She caught my attention, but, we're more targeting the colts for obviously the Hong Kong market. So sort of left that aside. And one thing led to another. The two boys I was actually interested went a bit more than what I was expected to pay. And she walked through the ring. No one had a bid on her. So, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stick my hand up and see what happens. And yeah, there she goes. That's how she came to my stable.
Sounds a bit like fate to me. So you bought her for $10,000. Tell us about the ownership group and who's involved in Fearless Win.
Yeah, so I've had a really good friend and a client of mine. He's a very good supporter of mine. Around April this year, one of his horses that he had with me eventually got retired. So he came and asked me, have I got anything in store that he's willing to invest. So it's just long story short, I said I've got a nice little yearling filly I purchased in January. I think she's got a little bit of ability, and no questions asked. He says, "Yep, I'll take half of her," and that was pretty much it.
There you go. I'm sure that's one of the easiest owners you've ever had to deal with. No convincing. This is the one, and he's ready to go, ready to jump on.
Yes, I hope so.
So he won't be here Friday night, but potentially maybe Magic Millions if we get that far.
Yes, no, he won't be. He lives in Hong Kong, so I did say to him, if we somehow get lucky to be in the big one in January, he said no questions asked, he'll be here.
Oh, how good is that? Obviously, here we are. She's only had one public trial leading into Friday night, but it caught the eye. What did you take out of the performance, and how has she come on since that lead-in race?
Yeah, obviously she only had the one public trial. It was very impressive to me because, she was going in there very unknown, and the trial itself was very nice because, she was covered, she was wide, she did everything she can to, win the trial with just minimum effort. These are the encouragement that she's shown me that what she's capable of doing. So that's when we elected to have a stab at this $250,000 race here on Friday night.
And obviously we should mention, it's the Magic Millions, the debut. That's the race that she's heading to. It's a big stage, especially for these 2-year-olds who have never raced before. It's also under lights, which is something completely different. So how do you think she's going to go under the lights in the occasion and being here in that $250,000 race?
Obviously with such a high prize money, so it's going to be a lot of pressure. And for a young 2-year-old, it's going to be, the testing factor, if they can handle that sort of pressure. The only thing, I'll say about with my filly, with the advantages here, being trained here locally. She's trialled here. She's worked here under the lights before. So, that's a lot of factors that she can take to having that little bit of advantage over the other competitors. Obviously, they're all unraced, so anything can happen.
So there's a Magic Millions pathway here attached to the race. We saw last year's winner, Vain Girl, did that, ran in the Magic Millions 2-year-old Classic. What's in store for your filly after Friday night, heading into the future, win or lose?
Obviously, hopefully we can get enough prize money. We will have give her a chance to have a look at that $3 million 2-year-old Classic race here at January. That's the ultimate goal. Obviously, if it doesn't happen and she races competitive enough that to still deserve to have a crack at it, we'll elect to probably run her again in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully that will give her enough prize money to have a crack at the big one again.
And so obviously a jockey turned trainer, that's your experience in the game. How special is it for you to be lining up in a feature race like this? And what strong performance from Fearless Win, what would that mean to you from your journey, jockey and now trainer?
Well, it's just a privilege to even have a running on that day, especially at that high caliber with that high prize money. When I was a jockey, was never able to compete in these sort of events, but now as a trainer, I'll be able to. So I think that's a very, very big achievement on my behalf. And for a young team, I've only just taken on training here locally on my own for 2 years. So to have a runner in just a short time of my training career, I think that's a real big confidence boost. And so just privilege.
We're looking forward to it, and we really hope another local can take it out. One thing that we want to know, obviously, coming from a jockey, what's one of the biggest joys when a jockey comes to you, maybe gives an excuse or gives something? What do you do now as a trainer going, I've been in your shoes before, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty cool. I can really, with the experience of 20 years of riding, I can pretty much read a race on, so pretty much all the boys and girls, when they ride for me, they come back. They don't really tell me much fibs because they know I can see it. So, so it's just something that, I just shove it off and go because, deep down, you're not going to change the results.
Absolutely.
So let's just move on and see what we can do to improve and get a result from that horse the next start. Yeah. And that's just what I take on. So, a lot of the riders, they don't really tell me much after the race.
You're not giving much sprays to them. They're probably okay if they're riding for you. They know they're not going to get yelled at.
Yes, and that too.
Yelled at maybe in a different way. Yeah. Looking into the future, what about the rest of your stable? Any ones to look forward to for the next few months coming ahead? Any ones to watch?
Yeah, I've got a couple of nice, exciting 2-year-olds coming through as well. They're probably a tad behind Fearless Win, but I've got 2 geldings. They had 2 jump outs on the B grass here on Wednesday. They look very promising. So, they're going to progress into nice race horses with times to come. And, just a nice batch of young horses coming through. So all my old race horses, they're all thereabouts. They're competitive. And so, just exciting time for the next season or 2 for me.
We absolutely love supporting our local trainers, and we cannot wait to see you on the big stage tomorrow night at the Silks Under the Stars race evening in the Magic Millions, the debut. Thank you, Al, for coming on. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be seeing Fearless win at the Magic Millions here in a few weeks' time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, the Turf Club, for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. So great to have Al here on the show. Don't forget, it's going to be a huge night here for the Silks Under the Stars race evening. Entry is free. It's probably the last night of work for a lot of people here on the Gold Coast. Get out, celebrate Christmas, come and have a fun night. Gates will open at 4 p.m. Plenty of live entertainment. We'll have the LED Sax Band performing, and we'll also have the Accidents Band performing after the last. So it's going to be an incredible night. I'll be here. Not sure about Mitch because, he can't even make it to the show. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it to the race night. But hey, we'll hope for the best. Now, time for some tips. Obviously, after talking to Allan, it'd be very hard to go past Fearless Win in the Magic Millions debut, so I'm going to stick with the local and stick with Fearless Win in that one. And my second one, GC 1000, obviously mentioned here on the show. Vain Girl did it last year, and the CEO would be very mad at me if I didn't back Vain Girl, so I'm going to go Vain Girl in the GC 1000. And even though he couldn't be here, Mitch has phoned through some tips, so we'll pop them up on the screen now for Mitch's top tips for Friday night. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of In the Box Seat, live here from the Gold Coast Turf Club. We'll see you all next week.